Dr. Ambrish Kumar, from Dean from Central College of Agriculture Engineering, Samastipur, USA, and he will soon join. Then we will start.
Okay, sir.
Dr. Ambrish has joined or not? I don't know.
It's not here, sir, actually.
I have already told him.
Pathak, sir, he has joined or not?
Excuse me, Amit, what are you saying?
Sir, Ambrish, sir, joined or not?
He has not joined, he is joining. He told me just now, he is joining, connecting.
Okay, sir.
I think let us start with
Okay, okay.
permission of DDG, Dr. Jha, and our director.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon to all of you. I am Amit Kumar Patil. Today I welcome you all into this IGFRI Diamond Jubilee online lecture series on entrepreneurship development in processing fodder and allied crops, organized by Agri-Business Incubation Center of ICAR-Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Jhansi, in collaboration with Indian Society of Agricultural Engineers, New Delhi, and Range Management Society of India, Jhansi. Dear all, ICAR-IGFRI Jhansi is a premier research and development institution in South Asia for sustainable agriculture through quality forage production for improved animal productivity. It is serving the nation over 50 years in the mandated area of conducting basic, strategic, applied and adaptive research, development and training in forest production and its utilization. The institute, since the establishment in 1962, has developed many farmers friendly technologies which helped securing of livelihood of millions of farmers and achieving first position in milk production. The institute continued to stride and developing cutting edge technologies in feed, fodder, and grass science. In this sequel, Institute has already organized many training programs, workshops, and seminars in the past for fodder-based entrepreneurship development under its Agri-Business Incubation Center, which is working under the scheme National Agriculture Innovation Fund. The objective of IGFRI Agri-Business Incubation Center is to promote and support the entrepreneurship ecosystem in Fodder. Agri-business services provided by the institute are technological mentoring, capacity building and training, intellectual property management, funding facilitation, incubation services, business development and support. So to promote commercialization and entrepreneurship in post-harvest utilization of crop residue, grasses, fodder and other allied crops, IGFRI Jhansi is beginning today this IGFRI Diamond Jubilee online lecture series. This initiative will going to open new avenues for forage-based entrepreneurship and will play an important role in Atmanirbhar Bharat. This lecture series will be having total 12 lectures, which will be held on third Saturday of every month, starting from today to 31st of October 2022. These lectures will be mainly focusing on different aspects of processing of fodder and allied crops for entrepreneurship development. Variety of topics and new advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning in agriculture, hydroponics, aeroponics, marketing strategy and supply chain management will also be covered extensively. Today in this inaugural program, Dr. S.N. Jha sir, Honorable DDG Engineering ICR New Delhi and President Indian Society of Agricultural Engineers New Delhi is joined us as chief guest of today's program. I welcome you, sir. And also we have Dr. Amresh Chandra, Director, IGFRI Jhansi and President RMSI. Also we have Dr. A.K. Roy, PCFC, Heads of Divisions of IGFRI Jhansi, Scientists, Entrepreneurs, Agri-Intellectuals, and esteemed members of ISAE and RMSI joined us today from different parts of the country. We welcome you all the participants into this program and looking forward for your active participation and positive discussion during different program and upcoming lectures. So moving ahead, I would like to call Dr. Danaram Palsania, Secretary RMSI, for his brief about RMSI. Dr. Palsania, sir, please.
Thank you, Amit. Good afternoon, everybody. Respected DDG Saab and President ISAE, Dr. Amresh Chandra ji, Director IGFRI and President RMSI, all the heads of division, PCFC, office bearers of both the societies, faculty of the IGFRI, and all those who are connected to this online lecture series. I welcome you all. Friends, RMSI is one of the earliest and reputed agricultural societies in India. The RMSI was founded in 1978 and at present it has over 400 live members. One of the major objectives of the society is to provide a national and global platform to all the scientists, workers, planners and policymakers and donors for exchange of ideas on grassland and fodder resource development for the benefit of the humanity. And RMSI also publishes one journal, Range Management and Agroforestry, to disseminate the scientific knowledge among the scientists. I am happy to share that this journal, Range Management Agroforestry, is a NAS impact factor journal, and its current NAS rating is 6.37. RMSI also honors its members with various awards like fellows, gold medals, and lifetime achievement award, young scientist awards. RMSI also provides financial support to its life members for attending seminars, symposia abroad, so that they can get some international exposure. RMSI also organizing various workshops, conferences, and symposia. In past, it has organized 3 global mega events. One is 3rd International Grassland Congress in 1998. The second is International Conference on Agroforestry for Asia Pacific region in 1994, and more recently, RMSI organized 23rd IGC, that is International Grassland Congress in 2015 at New Delhi. I hope that the present online lecture series on entrepreneurship development in processing fodder and allied crops will be helpful for all those who want to have forage-based entrepreneurship. I wish a grand success to this event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Dr. Amrish Kumar, Vice President, Technical Council, Indian Society of Agricultural Engineers, New Delhi. Dr. Amrish, sir.
Good afternoon to everyone, and it's a very good privilege for me to present ISA a brief before you, and we are happy to join the first talk series started by Dr. Pathak. So with this, Honorable DDG Engineering, Dr. Jhansi sir, Director IGFRI, and President RMSI, and all executive bearer of the RMSI and ISA. Today we assembled here on a joint platform, ISA, Indian Society of Agricultural Engineers, and RMSI. So as far Indian Society of Agricultural Engineers is concerned, it was established in 1960. Agricultural engineering involves the application of engineering to resource conservation, irrigation, drainage management, farm mechanization for enhanced agriculture production and processing, preservation, and handling of food, feed, and fiber. It also includes the transfer of engineering technology for the development and welfare of rural areas and society as a whole. The major field of agriculture engineering, of course, most of our experts are aware, the farm machinery and power engineering, soil and water engineering, processing, dairy, food engineering, and energy and other areas. The objective of ISA in the country in long its history to organize workshops, conferences, seminars, symposia to discuss specific problems of region. State by bringing together the members of the ISA and other renowned organizations like you to hand-holding for betterment and development for the society. Objectives to strengthen the society by promoting programs of professional interest to facilitate larger participation of the members in professional activities, to organize a regional conference, seminar, and symposia, to prepare society study reports, to disseminate information about agriculture engineering. It has around 4,000 members across the world, and it has units, particularly under the leadership of present President Dr. Jhansi, starting from the small unit that is district to the national level. At every district, we are appointed some coordinator. It is started from the Bihar itself, that whosoever agriculture engineers working at a district level, we are trying to make a platform at the district level, whatever engineers suffering are facing the issues, particularly whether planning, management, execution, and those information we are collecting at the state level and ultimately at the national level to share, to interface meeting with the policy makers and the planners. So these are our missions, and international symposium and ISA convention is already, date is fixed, 9 to 11 November at Coimbatore Agriculture University. So I am requesting you all to make your mind to join, and we shall celebrate a mega event there, a big scientific forum at Coimbatore. Thank you with this small note.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Amrish Chandra sir, Honorable Director ICR IGFRI Jhansi for his opening remark. Dr. Chandra sir.
Thank you, Dr. Patil. Most respected Dean Agricultural Engineering, Dr. Yashan Jhansi, Vice President, Indian Society of Agricultural Engineers, Dr. Amrish Kumar, Heads of Division of this Institute, Project Coordinator, Dr. A.K. Roy, Speaker of the today, Dr. Pathak, all the participants joining this program online. Let me at the outset welcome our Honorable DDZ joining this program. And you can imagine when a DDZ has joined this program, what impact this lecture series is going to have. On my own behalf, sir, on behalf of the Institute, on the behalf of RMSI, on the bottom of my heart, I welcome you in this program, the very first lecture series, what we have decided to have this year. And this year is going to be a very important year. As we all know that we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the 75th year of independence of our great country. And at the same time, we have also started celebrating the today program what we had in the morning in the Institute, Annadata Deva Bhav. And this year is also known for the year to have the farmers double income. So doubling farmers' income. And at the same time, this institute is also celebrating the Diamond Jubilee year of its establishment. It was told by Dr. Palshania and Dr. Patil that this institute was established in 1962. And since then, this institute playing a very pivotal role as far as Fodder research is concerned, Grassland research is concerned. And you can imagine that this institute has arranged in the past two very important international congresses in this country. And one, it was way back in 1998. And then latest one is the 2015. So being the pioneer as far as grassland research in the world. And as you know that, sir, this institute is a very unique institute and has a blend of all three major disciplines: crop science, engineering, as well as the animal science. And the today talk is going to be very important in the sense that we are talking from both the side, the crop science as well as engineering side. And the topic of the today program, the today lecture is entrepreneurship development in processing fodder and allied crops. Being a fodder institute, as you know that this country, every year, we are almost generating not less than 800 million metric tons of the crop residues. And these crop residues, maybe it may be more, but how these crop residues going to be utilized? And we are talking the crop residues, we are also talking about the fodder crops. After the harvesting, we get a lot of things. And how those crops can be managed properly, having a best possible post-harvest management system. And for that matter, this institute has played a very pivotal role in developing many technologies. And that technology is not only in the country, that has gone to outside of the country. And we have very pioneers, engineers at this institute in the past, and they have developed many technologies, many machines. And now, as per guidelines and the instruction from the council, this institute has opened a Agri-Business center where we are inviting a lot of the entrepreneurs to let them know that the technologies what we have and their own intervention. By blending these two interventions from this side and the other side, how the entrepreneurship can be developed, and ultimately how the income of each and everyone, including the farmers, can be doubled and maybe more than doubled. So under this backdrop, I congratulate the team and the society, both the society, RMSI as well as ISAE, coming forward to have this type of lecture and this lecture series where we are going to have addressing many issues, especially post-harvest technologies and how the entrepreneurs can be built up in this country especially when we are talking the fodder crops. As all we know that this country has a largest livestock in the world, and at the same time, this country also produces highest amount of milk in the world. But at the same time, when we talk about the productivity of animals, that is not so good. The main reason is not having a quality fodder. When I talked about that, we are producing almost 100 million metric tons crop residues every year in the country. And you know the fate of much of these crop residues is being burned, not being addressed. This can be utilized for not only as a feed block, but can be utilized for other purposes like energies and so on and so forth. So let us discuss these issues from the both crop science division side, from the engineering side. So we have a program on this lecture series to address all those issues related with the maximum utilization and best possible utilization of the crop residues. Not only we are talking fodder crops here, we will adding some more allied crops. And in the coming days, when we have series of lectures, we are adding all those crops. Sir, to promote the commercialization and entrepreneurship in post-harvest utilization of the quality fodder, grasses, fodder, crop residues, and other allied crops. I think this is the one important forum where our Honorable DDG is there. I think we are going to address some of the issues of this, and we come out some recommendations. That recommendation will play a pivotal role as far as addressing these issues. So with these words, I once again welcome you all, most humbly our Honorable DTG, Dr. Amrish Kumar, and all the heads of divisions and all the participants. I think at the end of this lecture, I think we are going to have very important recommendation, and that recommendation will have a long bearing as far as management of our crop residues, especially fodder crops as well as allied crops. And one more thing I would like to add here, there are many issues like the silage production in this country. Till now, we are producing silage only from the maize, like oat and some other crops. But now we have ventured and we have discovered and we have identified and we also patented that some of the technologies is where we can use the grasses to make the silage. And we have identified some of the grasses which can be converted to the silage. So we are spreading the arena where we can utilize not only the maize and some other cereal crops, but we can also utilize the grasses. This is not being addressed. So our engineer at this institute, our animal scientists have identified some of the lines which is going to be used to make the silage. So apart from this business, we are also addressing to develop the fodder bank. I think Dr. Pathak is pioneer in that, and he has gone to different places in the country and demonstrated how the fodder bank can be developed in this country. At the same time, sir, I would like to mention here that we very recently visited to Bani Grassland in the Gujarat. And when we saw how the straw and the crop residues are stored over there, it was a very miserable condition and all those things. Dr. Sahaya was with me, another scientist was with me. We have given that whatever we are storing the material, I think this is not the way to store, because ultimately these straw going to be fed to the animals, and this straw is not having any quality. Using and storing those materials. So this topic, these lectures and this series of lectures will play and have a very important role as far as utilization and post-harvest management, and ultimately providing some entrepreneurship to our young students or young farmers and those who are interested in coming this business. So with these words, I once again welcome you from my own side, from the institute, from the RMS side. So with that, thank you very much for joining this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Dr. Prabha Kant Pathak, Head for Machinery and Post-Harvest Technology Division, ICAR-IGFRI Jhansi, for delivering the first lecture of this online lecture series on entrepreneurship opportunity in feed and fodder sector. Dr. Pathak, sir.
Thank you, Amit. Thanks to all, Honorable DDG, our director and head of division, and all attendees in this program. First lecture I am delivering entrepreneurship opportunity in feed and fodder sector. Actually, Dr. Jha, who is DDG, he emphasized that since I am the director of process dairy and process engineering of ISAE, so he said that there should be one lecture series on entrepreneurship opportunity. And to combine with the ISI and RMSI, our team has started to start this lecture series. And just to take the opportunity, I am going to present entrepreneurship in sector of feed and fodder. So, friends, the context is the maintaining feed security, Anna Pratha, burning crop residues, drudgery in sourcing feed and fodder. These four items are very important in feed fodder sector and animal sector. In our opinion, solution is to develop ready to serve crop residue based total mixed ration and interim ration. So starting with the background, there are various type of feed resources, that is for cereals, fibers, oilseed, pulses and sugarcane. And out of them, 70% are the contributed by rice, wheat, maize and millets. And these animal utilization of these crop seeds are mostly utilized for animal feeding, paper making, bioenergy generation, fiber extraction, briquetting, etc. for the different uses. And regarding the availability of crop residues and straw burning, we have said that according to Government of India records, 500 million ton crop residues are available. We can think about the total availability. And out of them, 20 million ton of rice stubble is produced every year in Punjab only. And 80% of that crop residue is burnt in Punjab. And northern India burn about 23 metric ton of million ton paddy stubble every year. So we have to think on these issues. Regarding supply and demand for animal requirement, still we are in deficit in dry fodder production 13.5%, 25, and it will be almost similar in 2040. And also in green fodder, we are presently deficit about 38%, and in 2040 it will be around 25%. So deficit is more. What we require, production is less. So we have to think as a whole solution so that we can, our animal can survive. Sir, it is also find that stray animals are increasing. There is a report from Government of India that in Uttar Pradesh only 17.34% of stray animal increases from 2012 to 2019. And in total India, the red indication that 5.02 million stray animals are available in these red zones. So Anna Pratha in Bundelkhand is also very common. We have to think on these issues. Lack of need-based feed products as in case of baby food. What does it mean? We have different type of baby foods for the age of 0 to 6 months, 6 to 12, 12 to 24 months. But in case of animal sector or feed and fodder sector, there is no such type of category for production of these foods. Then lack of marketing strategy. In production of and selling of feed and fodder material, marketing strategy is very nil. And recently, since the last 3-4 years, many entrepreneurs is approaching to us, IGFRI, Jhansi, for mainly for marketing and production of silage and other things. So, in view of this Anna Pratha and burning crop residues vis-a-vis feed security, we have to say that in Indian context, where we are talking about food security, we should also think about feed security to maintain our buffer stock. And this maintaining buffer stock is possible by conserving and storing the available crop residues, not only crop residues, but natural grasses, top feed, and other feed resources. This other feed resources means many other agro-industrial waste like spent grain from brewery industry and many other wastes. Then again for collection of paddy straw and other crop residue, which may be restrict the burning, which causes environmental pollution. We have to collect and store the bales of this paddy straw. Then conserving of quality fodder in the form of TMR, silage, leaf meal, feed pellets. If we are producing different type of products, then there is chance that we can nutritionally secure our livestock. Sir, this is the scenario of agri byproducts in India in 2019-20. Approximately rice has residue generated 197.9 million ton in 2019, and all these crops you can here see that sugar can also produce 152.06 million ton in 19-2. And in case of fruits and vegetables in 2017-18, many sources are there: mango, banana, and onion, apple, all these things, and a huge amount of different forms are available as a waste, and we cannot able to utilize all these things. So in problem with forage harvested crops and roughages, why it is not easy to handle such type of material? Because it is low density and high volume. The density of most crop residues are approximately 40 kg per meter cube to 70 kg per meter cube, and it needs a densification for storage and transportation. Then difference of size, physical shape and size is also there. In case of wheat straw, you see that the size of wheat straw is only 2.5 centimeter. But in case of maize stalk, it is very long. So all these phenomena, how we can store properly, we have to think on these things. Then higher production in monsoon season. Approximately, you see monsoon season is start from July to September, and in this season, production of greenery is very much there, but we cannot think about how to dry, how can we conserve it as a hay. So this is very important to think on monsoon season crops. Then low nutritional quality, digestibility and palatability. All these crop residues are very low in quality and digestibility, and if you add some leguminous additives to mix it with crop residues, then we can have certainly some good fodder products for animals. In present situation, paddy straw is stored on ground without any protection, and paddy straw as well as wheat straw is being burnt in all of the countries, and still it is there. And the wheat straw is stored in various type of storage structure that is called pupa, and its density varies from 40 to 70 kg per meter cube, and this type of transportation is not economical, and it is also hazardous on the highway if some type of tractor or trucks loading with bhusa is coming. Then the need of today's is to conserve our fodder resources scientifically, to mitigate the losses occurred in various steps, reduce the cost of handling, storage and transportation, serve timely the needy group in case of natural disasters, to enrich the value of roughages, strengthen the economic power of the farmer, recycling of the byproduct, and forage bed entrepreneurship development is also required. So in how many forms these bioproducts can be utilized? That is for animal feeding, milk, meat production, means the growth of weight of the animal is required for meat production, and for increase in milk production, we have to define the exact quality balanced diet of the animal. And then again, this material can also be utilized to power sector. briquetting, dung cake, broiler fuel, and gasifiers. Recently, one entrepreneur came from Gwalior, and he told that Napier Bajra hybrid can be utilized for making uh, pellets and then generating electricity. So there is so many scope in all these sectors. Then biogas, bio-CNG generation for cooking in engine operation, lighting, we can have this type of product, and for industry purpose, paper and hardware and other utilization you can use. But question is, there is no clear-cut policy about the use of these materials. Recently, I think Dr. Amrish Chandra has shared that UP has become the first uh, state of the country who is going to implement policy on feed and fodder utilization. So where is the hitch? Question here, right? Where is the hitch? The hitch is the lack of interest of the entrepreneur. Why the lack? Because policy is not supporting. The nature of raw material is voluminous. It is not easy to handle all these things, and this voluminous nature also restricts the marketing of the product. Then practice, due to this varied nature of the product, laborious practice is there. Small size, slender like wheat straw, then thick stem like sorghum stover, and whole dried crops like paddy straw grasses. So these also restricts the utilization part of these crop residues. And low grade, low value roughages not provide complete and balanced ration. So if we want to conserve it, we have to go for different conservation techniques for marketing, and that can be utilized for wet conservation like silage, and dry conservation in the form of hay and different products. But still we have to think that how we will utilize the complete part of the plant or crop, so that just in case of stylo leaf mill, we have to utilize the complete leaf of the stylo, and in case of subabul mill, what will be the wooden part of subabul we will use? We can go for charcoal production, and leaf part we can make the leaf mill blocks. So there may be solutions which can be offered for collection and channelizing the crop residues to stop burning and providing feed to stray animals. Stray animals are also important, we have to think. Then utilization and blending of other resources like leguminous, herbaceous additives, fruits and vegetable waste, brewers spent grain, top feeds and leaf meal. So all this, if we are going to blend, then we may certainly generate some new products depending upon the crop residues. Then we have to prepare 20 to 25 kg of bag for products for easy handling. Then channelizing the waste of fruits and vegetable mandis for helping in waste management and reduction of environmental pollution in a smart city. Then policy support is also required for utilization of crop residue in various feeds, and need-based complete feed product designing safe for milch, drought, and growing animals. These are required to provide the easy solution. Then convenient packing for end users for per day. Actually, per day requirement of one cow, one buffalo is approximately 15 to 20 kg. So if you are providing the product in 20 to 25 kg bag, it is easy to handle by the end users. And if it is possible, vacuum induced silage bags or silage mixed cellar crop residue, we can provide the products for our animals. Question arises, why we are going for packets? Why we are advocating packets? Because packet products are easy to handle and store and transport, and it provides possibility to enrich the roughages because all the rations are mixed together and just packed. Then can be designed as complete balanced diet we can provide, and it will also serve as fodder reserve for feed security and nutritional security by providing TMR we can advocate. Then quick response during natural calamities. What happens? If we are providing in packet, it will be transported very easily. The commercial potential of these products may be the possibility of need-based complete feed products designing for different category of animals like milk, drought and growing animals. There is possibility, and products may be of extra-enriched interim ration, fruits or vegetable silage, wet spent grains in packed, chopped corn fodder silage, extra enriched TMR, silage mixed TMR, enriched extra plus silage mixed TMR, spent grain mixed TMR. So there are huge amount of the products we can produce by selecting our local crop residues or local material available. Then a 25 kg prepared bag of parali may also produce 12.5 kg mushroom, which may result into an extra income of rupees 25 to 250 to the farmers. We can also bag parali in a very good manner, and we will provide for mushroom cultivators. A pack of balanced ration in 20 to 25 kg packet is unique solution for nearly, I think, 95% of small and marginal dairy farmers who are holding one or less than 10 dairy animals. Because what happens when farmer goes to city, he will bring one packet for feeding. Just like in case of Maggie, he will provide, just open the bag and provide in for feeding. Then market target of our market will be the for TMR for nationwide. Approximately, this is some rough calculation, that 53.6 crore ruminants in 718 districts and 6,603 blocks with 2,53,163 gram panchayat and 6,64,369 villages, with total number of rural houses in country is approximately 13.20 crore for milking cows or buffaloes and enhancing the farmers' income. Then if you are providing interim feed, we have the possibility to maintain few crores of stray animals sheltered in nearly 3,200 registered and kept at 19,000 unregistered gosalas and pinjra pods. So in view of this, there are so many technologies available with IGFRI or with universities or with other institutes. So I am discussing in brief with IGFRI. First thing is waste to wealth, and this is regarding fodder bank. Why fodder bank is required? We have to prepare fodder reserve for natural disaster and in lean period. Lean period means only 3 or 4 months when there is scarcity for fodder, we can design the fodder bank. Then reduce the cost of handling, storage and transportation. And the fodder bank will serve timely in case of natural disasters, and it is possible to enrich the value of roughages, and new venture for fodder marketing is there. And there may be fodder bank is just not baling and compacting all the crop residues, but there may be different products. The products may be in form of densified blocks, bales, pellets, leaf meal, urea treated crops, because urea treatment to crop residue is very old age technology and still it is not popular. So we can store and conserve after the urea treatment. The crop residues we can conserve. Then TMR, total mixed ration for sheep, for goat, for cow, for buffalo, and that is for growing animals, and that is for milch animals. So different type of opportunity is there in post-harvest handling of crop residues, agricultural waste, fruit and vegetable waste. Then baling of crop residue, which enhance the transportability and storability, and wells of 10 to 30 kg weight. Approximately they have 110 to 150 kg per meter cube density, and it reduces the 3 to 4 times of storage space and also reduces the transportation cost by 2 to 3 times. Imagine we have purchased the cost of paddy straw was only 2,000 for 20 metric ton paddy, and we transported from Dabra to IGFRI Jhansi, that is 100 kg. We paid for that four trips of truck, and that was approximately 20,000 rupees. So transportation is very much required. Then these are some photographs which we have conducted at our field, at farmers field in Palampur, at Dharwad, and at Avikanagar. And this is regarding the leaf mill technology. The leguminous crops like subabul, Stylosanthes hamata, that can be produced and very well packed for the production of leaf meal and providing protein to animals. Then there is a business opportunity for feed products of different category of animals, utilization of local resources, need-based feed packing opportunity, availability of human resources by engaging small and marginal farmer other than their regular job, because there is some estimate that in a year 365 days, farmers are engaged only with 180 or 200 days, including all the ceremonies what they perform. So rest of the time they can utilize for such type of business. And this is also opportunity for peri-urban dairies and ready to serve product as complete feed. Clientele may be different companies, startups, and FPOs. And we can also think the designer feeds to mix with roughages, concentrate, and local resources like cassava, fruit, vegetable waste. So if we are getting mixed all these things and provide in a balanced diet, then we have different opportunities for our animals. And there are different type of technology for fodder conservation, that is here. And next is post-harvest processing for silage technology. As Dr. Amrish Chandra has already briefed, that crop of silage conventionally is made by maize, pearl millet, sorghum, and recently Napier grass is also being popular. But we can at IGFRI we can make from unconventional crops like sancras, sugarcane top, seima, and potato. So there may be the clienteles of starters and FPOs, and it will provide to peri-urban dairies green fodder deficit and high concentrate cost. So this we can think about while producing the silage. And silage technique we have given, which is very much common. Then sustainable agriculture. We have to think about the opportunity to understand business of biofertilizer production. That is maybe selected from bacteria, fungi, and algae. Then mother culture production and maintenance we can grow. Then small, medium scale inoculant, even large scale production we can utilize, and that can be available for carrier or liquid based inoculant, just like mixing with charcoal or even in liquid form we can sell, and strict quality control is required. Then why biofertilizer? Eco-friendly, renewable source of nutrient and improves nutrient availability to crops through bioprocess, improves soil fertility, maintains long-term sustainability, and it is very much cost-effective. Our scientist, Dr. N. Srinivasan, has developed this type of technology, and it is already in use at IGFRI. But this is not for only for fodder, but it can be utilized for other crops too. And there may be different business opportunities and investment for investment in a large scale production. Approximately it is rupees 60 lakh is required for carrier based bioinoculants and liquid based bioinoculants. Then dairy development, organic dairy farming. Nowadays it is very much popular, and IGFRI has taken a long way in this production. An integrated, strict approach to organic forage production and organic dairy is required. So we IGFRI is also certified for the production of organic dairy. We have the certificates, and the clientels may be agri-business company, milk union, cooperatives, and startups. And why organic dairy? Question may arise, why organic? Because it increases 10 to 15% of forage yield. Higher protein content is possible due to organic production. Then 30 to 40% reduced concentrate requirement if green or hay leguminous fodder given to cow. Then 7.5 to 8% higher lactation yield of Tharparkar, Gir and Sahiwal cows is possible, and we have conducted at our farm by our animal scientists. No pesticide residue in milk is found. Tharparkar, Gir and Sahiwal cows had approximately 5.5 to 5.1% fat content respectively, and omega-3 and 6 fatty acid tended to be higher in milk of indigenous cattle. So strict organic protocol ensures strict control over product quality. It means strict organic protocol is required. Nobody is a challenge our IGFRI certification. Then increasing awareness on consumer safety, it is also very much required. Growing demand for organic milk. Anybody can pay more than 100 rupees for this organic dairy milk. A good chunk of population is health conscious, and high price for organic animal products is nowadays being popular in case of not only milk and meat, but in also case of eggs. Then quality planting, seed production and processing. We are producing BN hybrid cultivation in high density nursery. And we are also supplying, but nowadays super Napier is also very common, but it is very different than BN hybrid. And our expert will define what is the difference between BN hybrid and super Napier. Excellent fodder crop, BN hybrid is provide 10.2% crude protein and 30.5% fiber. Less mortality of root slip possible, then easy in transportation and establishment, less disease incidence occurred in case of BN hybrid, and seedling can be produced under adverse weather conditions. So it is in higher demand and less supply of quality material is available. So it is need based. And then certified forest seed production. There are sequences of inputs, process and handling, and that is economical for seed production, limited to government organization, and increased demand over the supply from stakeholder. Less competition in certified seed production. So entrepreneur can think about the certifying their forest seed production also. And there are a list of important fodder crops which are grown annually or perennially. Some of them are maize, bajra, jowar, annual crops, and perennial like Guinea, Dinanath, Stylosanthus. So many type of species we are having at IGFRI Jhansi, and there are so different type of technology for forest seed production technology, like seed coating in forest crops, high density nursery of BN hybrid, then seed pelleting in forest crop. We are also working on developing a new semi-automatic seed pelleting machine. Our scientists are working still on the seed pelleting machines, and then Bursim seed production. Then certified fodder seed production sequences. Here we are having different type of mechanization for harvesting grass seed from the Dinanath crops, which are having fluffs on the seeds. We can harvest by our designed in the Association of Central Institute of Agriculture Engineering, Bhopal. Grass seed harvester, we have developed defluffing machine to remove the hairs of the grasses, and again seed pelleting machine we are in production. Then so there is some calculation regarding model fodder bank for creating buffer stock of feed and fodder resources. I have calculated for 1000 SEU for the lean period considered 3 months, and that is total requirement for 1000 SEU is approximately 1000 ton material, and that material can be grouped in 5 groups like wheat straw, bales of paddy straw or grasses, kadvi, hay and silage. Problem is there that why wheat straw cannot be baled, because the size of wheat straw is very minute, 2 to 2.5 centimeter. If its chop length is more than 6 centimeter, that can be easily baled. And if you are going to compact with any way, it will lose after some time. If you are mixing with molasses, then in a rainy season, it will the product will not be in good condition. So I think wheat straw should have be packed in a bags like 20 to 25 kg. Bales of paddy straw, the paddy straw can be baled because its chop length is more than 6 centimeter and it is easily baled. Kadvi, it will be loose, hay will be loose form, and silage will be bagged. So approximately for these 1000 ton material required for 1000 animal, we need floor space area of 3300 ton, 10 square meter. And here is given component wise specific requirement like permanent shed for storage, wheat straw, kadvi, silage, cover and plinth storage for bales, loose storage in floor, working floor for order processing area, testing lab to maintain the quality we need, and machinery storage area. So for this, all these things, total space requirement which may cost to 469 lakhs. It means approximately 5 crore rupees is required for storing 1000 ton material for 1000 animal, that is for 3 months. And for equipments to handle all these things, there are different equipments, and the costing of that equipment is approximately 1 crore rupees. So total, the project, if you want to establish for 1000 ton of storage crop residues, we have to need approximately 6 crore rupees. And this is the design we have developed, designed for this. And recently, our storage facility is created at Department of Environment and Forest and Climate Change in Bundelkhand region of UP. That is Forest Department, and the districts which were undertaken under NAFCC NABARD project were Hamirpur, Banda, Chitrkut and Jalore. And the capacity was 100 metric ton of storing wheat straw, and approximately what they need is the cost will be approximately 5 lakh rupees. So we have provided the consultancy to our forest department, and they have developed fodder bank, and that will run on the that will run by the farmers developing their societies. And recently, Dr. Ambrish Chandra has shared UP to roll out its first ever fodder security policy, and the complete detail is there, and we can have opportunities from these bio waste to utilize for kitchen gas, for producing different type of cup, plates, and even energy panels. So there is success story in forest seed production of IGFRI Jhansi, Krishika Agro Farm at Dharwad, already producing fodder seeds and supply to different end users, and upcoming forest seed entrepreneurs are Sri Jayaprakash Patil and Malana Vasagi, that is from Dharwad. And if anybody interested, join the hands to transform your ideas into new venture with ICAR-IGFRI Jhansi. And thanks to organizing team to initiate this lecture series. Very much thanks to Dr. Ambrish Chandra, Director IGFRI Jhansi, and my thanks to DDG, Dr. Jha, and Dr. Ambrish. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for your informative presentation. Now, I would like to call today's chief guest, Honorable DDG Engineering, ICR New Delhi, Dr. S.N. Jhansi, for his remark.
Thank you, Dr. Patil. Kindly, Dr. Pathak, unshare. I am not well. You all have to bear with my throat infection. Since 5-6 days, I am suffering from my throat infection. Though I am well, but sound is not good. So, respected Dr. Amresh Chandra, Director, IGFRI. My voice is going. Hello.
Yes, sir. आवाज आ रही है.
आ रही है ना?
हाँ.
Director IGFRI, Dr. Danaram, Project Coordinator, Dr. Amrish, Dean, and of CA and T. Now T has come newly. It is his achievement after joining as Dean. Dr. Pathak, Dr. Rai, Project Coordinator, all the senior colleagues, listeners, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my opportunity to learn about something about feed and fodder. I have never thought of, though I am from the farmer's background, and till 12th I used to feed my buffalo and bullocks, and only thing I know that the bamboo leaves our buffalo and cows and this bullocks were liking too much. I do not know. Well, particularly in the summer season, they were liking too much. So by that way, and many times some green fodders are liked better. I do not know, they might have taste. I do not know, Dr. Pathak, is there any way to have a sensory evaluation of fodder or feeds? Just
No,
like
sir. No,
just
sir.
just like sensory evaluation of food for the humankind, can sensory evaluation of feed and fodder for animal kinds is
I
possible
think
or not?
I think Dr. K.K. Singh is present in the lecture, or Deepak Upadhyay. Anyone can describe sensory evaluation for these products.
So sensory evaluations for how to conduct, that has to be seen. If there is certain
Yes.
methodology, then probably it will be easier. When you see, when you like any food too much, then that is better for your health. If you are eating something which you do not like at all, but since you are hungry, you have to eat. Since you are thirsty, you have to drink any water. So can some methodology be developed for testing the foods, feeds or fodder which is liked by the particular animals, particular maybe cow, maybe buffalo, maybe dog, maybe any animals. I have not across, since I am not working, so I do not know whether the methodology is there or not. That is required. And 800 million ton or 500 million ton, I do not know, rice straw. And there were many, maybe lot of wheat straw, maize straw. All those things are there, and mostly utilized for the food and feeds. Fodders, crops are being also grown, but I think that is very, maybe not maybe 20-30%, more than 20-30% available. I do not have exact data, but as per my perception, maybe 20 to 30% green fodder is met for the animals. Most of other fodders are from the dry fodders. We can say that the crop residues. Paddy is the one of the main, and wheat bhusa is another things. I do not know wheat bhusa is what you say. Then also, I have some idea in the mind how to upgrade this business, how to upgrade, because this lecture this lecture is mainly for entrepreneurship development. So we should have some bankable projects,
Yes.
bankable projects on this topic,
Yes, certainly.
and very, very brief, so that a common person can understand. And I think the engineering scientists who are who are good in economics, engineering economics, they can develop with experience. For that, yesterday, Dr. Amresh Chandra, we were also there in the meeting. Many colder area are, yesterday we have the regional committee meeting one, and they are deficit in the feed and fodder crops, because maybe the colder regions, and that may be other hilly regions also. So I suggest, I do not know whether you know, fodder scientist, the IGFRI or any other institute has done some work in material flow. You see, it is a reverse relationship between the production and consumption. It is just my guess, but whether any study has been done. For example, maximum wheat and paddy is grown in Punjab, but number of animal may be the minimum, because the Punjab is the highest mechanized state. So maximum production of fodder crop, feed, and rice straw and wheat straw, but there is no consumption. So where it goes, and what is the mass flow, where from, in which directions? Can we study the mass flow rate, or can we map throughout India that where is how much rice straw, wheat straw, maize straw, or similar kind of fodder crop, fodder material, feed material are available? If that is done, then I think we can develop a very good concept of, you can say that, fodder primary processing center.
Yes.
In different area. Fodder processing center, how it will work, I will tell you. The fodder processing center should be established, for example, in Punjab, maybe in Moga, maybe somewhere where there are 4 or 5. Primary processing center means all the primary treatment and minimize the density. They not baling, only density. If you minimize and put some preservatives, as you people are doing, developing the blocks and other things, then it should be transported to the fodder or feed deficient estate. And that estate should have, just like a grain warehouse, no? You know, the CWC is there.
Yes.
Central warehouse for that FCI, Food Corporation India. Similar type of concept can be developed in this field also.
That is our Feed Corporation of India, we can think.
Yeah, Feed Corporation of India, we can say. We can little bit change, otherwise it will be confused in short. FCI, board will be the FCI.
Yes.
So that concept can be given from here, and a state warehouse should be, for example, in Patna, or maybe in Srinagar, and then there should be another secondary processing center of feed and fodder crop in Baramulla, for example, where it is very cold. And thereafter supplying from the primary center, it will go to a state warehouse, then it will go to that center, and there it can be further processed, adding all nutrients, as you are telling, the ration, complete bhojan may be prepared at that center, then it can be distributed to the farmers. So this kind of model, I think we should develop. And then it will be truly the business model. And of course, economics, we have to find out for each area. Another concept was coming in my mind, that you have already told, the fodder bank. So here also, correctly you have told, can we have rice straw, wheat straw, or whatever crop in particular area, bank can be opened and their primary, secondary processing can be done and stored. And whenever, whatever farmers or any person need, they can come and buy from that fodder bank. Here, mostly fodder bank means people understand green fodder. But here I mean the feeds. You can say feed prepared from rice straw, wheat straw, or maize straw, or any crop residue. So that kind of things can also be after primary processing center or near to primary processing center has to be opened. Friends, this concept I could tell you in few minutes, but it may take 50 years to implement completely. If you start from today, similar concept, decentralized storage system I have given. Since 10 years I was giving to the government, and last year it was accepted by the government and introduced in the budget. So see, only accepting a new concept takes around 10 years. And so the implementation, I do not know, decentralized storage of grains will take maybe another 20 years or 30 years, I do not know. So we have to start from now. Then I think we can reduce the scarcity of this feed, fodder, and any kinds of animal. Another problem we are hearing yesterday also in the regional committee meeting cropped out, and many times it is coming. And people are coming with different type of solution for stray animals. Avara kutta, avara gai, avara bhaish, whatever is there. Even sewer in our area, in our villages, never we heard about, but now I know that jungly sewer is coming in our fields and they destroy everything. And scientists are coming with some sound system. Yesterday someone said that solar system they have some developed. And I'm sure that those animals are also having same number of sense, same amount of sense which we have. Only thing that we understand that they don't know, because you are not able to communicate with the animals as we are communicating with the human body, human person, human. So they also after sometimes become very, very intelligent and understand that this is just for them, and they does not obey that sound. They become habituals. They become habituals of that life, because they are ज्ञानेंद्र ना, उनका ज्ञान, उसका ज्ञानेंद्रियां जो है वो बता देता है ये नकली है. इसीलिए 5 दिन 10 दिन 15 दिन के बाद उसके असर और 6 महीने के बाद एकदम कम हो जाता है. I remember when I was used to live in village, lot of maize was happening there. And we are making the very, very big machan हम बोलते हैं, पता नहीं अंग्रेजी में क्या बोलेंगे. और व्हीट मेज के प्लांट से ऊपर वो मचान होता था, और उसके काफी दूर में एक बांस का ये माने हम गाड़ देते थे, और उसको जो है आधा फाड़ के उसमें रस्सी बांधते थे और उसको अपने तरफ खींचते थे और फिर छोड़ते थे. बहुत जोर से आवाज होता था पटाखा जैसे. तो जितने भी पैरट्स वगैरह आते थे बाली खाने के लिए उड़ जाते थे. सो दैट साउंड सिस्टम आ गया. लेकिन कुछ दिन के बाद उसको पता लगने लगा जो ये तो ऐसे नकली है, फिर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता था. So that in all, but we are not thinking that root cause of that, that stray animals, vagabond animals are just like a beggars in our street, humankind. You can see why they beg, because they are needy. They don't have place to stay, place to live. They don't have sufficient amount of foods. So though they go here and there. And I was surprised to hear yesterday the Honorable Minister Rupala ji, the concept which I was thinking to tell, partially he told the same thing. That can we make, उन्होंने बताया कि कोई जंगल थोड़ा सा बना दे जिसमें एनिमल का खाने पीने रहने का सारा व्यवस्था हो और वो वहीं रहे. Same concept, it was coming in my mind since 2-3 years. And so क्या हम कुछ इस तरह का जो stray animals है फीडिंग सेंटर्स। आजकल तो हमारे कॉलोनी में कुत्तों के लिए फीडिंग सेंटर हो गया है, क्योंकि बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट इशू है स्ट्रे डॉग्स एंड डोमेस्टिक डॉग्स। बहुत सारे रूल रेगुलेशन है और कॉलोनी वाले परेशान होते रहते हैं, इसलिए बड़े बड़े कॉलोनी में डॉग फीडिंग सेंटर हो गया है। तो जब भी आप पाएंगे तो सारे डॉग्स वहीं पर रहता है। कैन वी हैव द स्ट्रे एनिमल फीडिंग सेंटर? मान लीजिए आधा एकड़ जमीन हो, सरकारी ही जमीन हो, या 1 कट्ठा 2 कट्ठा 5 कट्ठा जमीन हो, वहाँ पर काफी हम फीड जो उसका जो फूड है उस फूड को हम देते रहें, गाय भैंस जो भी घूमते रहते हैं, तो नेचुरली हमें लगता है वो हमेशा वहीं पर रहेगा, उतना दूर में रहेगा। जब किसी को पेट भरता है, रहने का जगह अच्छा मिलता है, तो क्यों घूमेगा? किसी को जानवर हो या आदमी हो, आदमी भी तो एक जानवर ही है, उसको जहाँ सुख मिलता है वहीं जाता है। तो इसीलिए एक उस कंसेप्ट को आप ट्राई कर सकते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल जस्ट फॉर फर्स्ट टाइम इन झांसी, एंड इफ इट इज सक्सेसफुल then I am sure that it will be multiplied very fast, because this government is so fast in adopting anything. So if you are successful in Jhansi, then I think it will be multiplied very, very well. And last, and the most important things I wanted to tell, though I do not know how much it is possible, बहुत दिन से हम लोगों के एरिया में, गांव वगैरह में आंगनबाड़ी सिस्टम है। आंगनबाड़ी सिस्टम क्यों मिला? पर्टिकुलरली बिगिनिंग में, इन द बिगिनिंग, दो गांव सब में इलाज वगैरह का व्यवस्था नहीं होता था अच्छा से, और जब प्रसव होते थे तो उसमें बहुत लोगों को जो न्यूट्रिशन उससे पहले चाहिए, प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम में, जन्म के टाइम में जो हेल्प चाहिए उसके बाद चाहिए, वो सब काम नहीं होता था, बिकॉज ऑफ द वी कैन से द न्यूट्रिशन उस बच्चे को या माँ को नहीं होता था। तो इसी कंसेप्ट से आंगनबाड़ी सिस्टम चालू हुआ। Can we tell to the government that similar system can be opened for the animal and that those Anganwadi, I do not know some name, we can give another suitable name, that Anganwadi for animals can also will be helping in making the stray animals, keeping the stray animals at a certain area by putting regular level of feeds, fodder, और उसके लिए जो भी व्यवस्था खाने पीने का रहने का होगा, दे विल हेल्प। एंड इस तरह से वो मीट प्रोडक्शन में भी काफ़ी अच्छा होगा। और ये जो न्यूसेंस है ये पक्का ख़त्म हो जाएगा। हमारा तो कॉन्शियस कहता है कि 100% ख़त्म हो जाएगा यदि इसको ठीक ढंग से अपनाया जाए, आंगनबाड़ी सिस्टम बना करके और फीड सेंटर बना करके। These are certain my idea. I did not prepare for any kind of address, but usually I used to think a little bit different, that how we can change the system. Changing is difficult, but that change is required. If you are not changing ourselves, you are not changing the system, then we may be irrelevant after certain times. So friends, we have to change ourselves, we have to change the system, and for betterment of course, and acceptable, should be acceptable to majority of them. I will tell you, when you will propose these kind of ideas, many people will laugh, many people will not accept at all. But if you are convinced that this idea is good and it can be implemented, and for implementation, of course, planning is important. Usually I say that before starting any work, we should give 40% of our time for planning. At least 40% of time our planning. Planning should be foolproof. We should have answer of everything. Whatever you guess that he or she can oppose, or this problem, that problem, arrangement, all kinds of reply you should have in the planning. Once planning is foolproof, then implementation takes very less, maybe 10%, 20% time only. And then after implementation, you have to execute. After execution of the plan, then analysis again 40% times. My experience, I would say that you should give 40% of time in planning, 20% of time in executions, and 30% of times in analysis. Planning and analysis of the system, analysis of the results, bad or good results, that is most important. And then 10-20% time you should also keep for popularization, publicly announcing the things and writing and dissemination of the knowledge what we had planned and implemented. So if you like these ideas, we can help from assembly also, whatever we can, and implement it. If not, then of course I am very much benefited from Dr. Pathak lectures, Dr. Amresh Kumar's address, because I am very frankly, I have first time attended this lecture on feed and fodder. So for that, particularly Dr. Pathak, Dr. Amresh Kumar, I thank you very much for conducting this program. If time will permit, surely I will attend another one, and will put my point of view wherever is required. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. One thing I would like to, before Patil comes,
Yes.
one thing what you have suggested many points, but one point what you suggested, as we discussed yesterday also, as you mentioned in the regional committee meeting, identifying some of the area as a designated area for the stray animals. Sir, we have already thinking on and we have already starting little bit of that, because our research farm area is almost 800 acres areas. And some of the areas is totally infested by blue bolt. And that area is not very productive because there are a lot of trees which is just unplanted and this just grown up.
Yes.
So those areas we are thinking to have a fencing, because we cannot construct a wall because it's take a lot of money and resources. So we are thinking to have a designated area, and that designated area, because sometimes we get the stray animals also. Stray animals means those who are roaming on the roads here and there. They also sometimes interest, because our farm is very much open farm. One side we have a wall, other side we have a canal. And you know, the animals are now very clever. They swim the canal in the canal, and they enter inside the farm. So we are thinking on these lines. And one thing I would like to also very much thankful to you have sanctioned one our project, drone project. For that, I think the 2nd May there is a training also. I think you must.
Yes.
So the drone project, a drone we are going to use to rejuvenate our some of the areas in the farm itself, because we have committed almost 50 hectare area.
Yes.
And some, I think 10-15 hectares area what we have in our farm that we will also utilize using those drone technologies. So we are thinking in some of the areas what you suggested, but one area I am very much fascinated to know that you have proposed of feed processing unit. I think that's a very good concept. I think Dr. Pathak,
Yes,
I
sir.
think we take these things forward, and I think this is the very novel areas. Those here and there some work is going on, but having a word from DDG, Honorable DDG, and then taking forward, because already he has said all the support we will always get from him. So let us some of the points to forward. And so thank you very much, sir. Now I invite Dr. Patil.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Dr. Deepak Upadhyay for vote of thanks.
May I speak something?
Thank you, Dr. Patil.
Yes.
Sir.
Sai sir is telling something.
So, Honorable DDG sir, this is the first time you are interacting with this IGFRI. Sir, here this is the Pioneer Institute of Feed and Fodder, and in engineering group we try to develop a machine and technologies which is suitable for fodder. This institute is also having one center of Agri-Business on FIM, sir, under which we try to take machines from developed in Ghana and other places which are suitable for fodder, and then we try to modify it, sir, and then it is being used here, as well as those who are coming from outside, they are also using here, sir. So we are at this engineering group here is trying a lot to give some solution to requirements of Fodder. So we request you, sir, your good being to kindly visit here once and give us some guidance. And thank you, sir, for giving us that drone project also.
Dr. K.K. Singh was here in last month on the date of Dham Machinery Day. Dr. K.K. Singh, SRB member.
Yeah.
So, and we had a very many programs, many projects when he was director at Bhopal.
Yes,
So
yes.
that is continuity is still there, and Dr. Sai, Dr. Pathak, and Dr. Patil and other scientists are taking.
Surely I will come whenever I will find.
I invite you to visit sometime here and have your ideas.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. No, go ahead, Dr. Upadhyaya.
Okay, sir. Sir, it's my honor to present a vote of thanks here. And first of all, I would like to give a special thank to our chief guest, DDG Engineering, Dr. S.N. Jha sir, for accepting our invitation and presenting his view. And sir, your words have really inspired us. Thank you so much to be a part of this meeting. Further, a special thanks to our director, sir, Dr. Amresh Chandra, sir, for joining this meeting and presenting his views. I also like to extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Ambrish Kumar, Vice President, ISAE. Further, I would like to thank all the head of departments of the IGFRI Jhansi and project coordinator, Dr. A.K. Roy, sir. Further, all the office bearers of ISAE, RMSI, and all the ladies and gentlemen present here. But I would like to thank all of the participants. Thank you so much.
Sir, may I request Amit,
Yes, sir.
take a clip?
Yeah, already taken, sir.
Okay, then thank
I
you.
have taken. I have.
Okay, then.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you to all.